expect to get me here or David, but let me update you. We have I and David Beckham and Paul have been in. I've been in very close communication with Commissioner Garber, task force that was established by the MLS in dealing with all of the issues having to do with the coronavirus. We've made a decision as a league this morning as owners that play will be suspended temporarily. Target on that is 30 days. So Inter Miami will not be playing its home opener this Saturday on March 14th. We are working, and the league is working on rescheduling the games. We fully anticipate that we will play all of our 34 games. There is sufficient windows based on the fact that we're very early in our season for us to be able to play a full season this year. We think it is a prudent decision by the league because obviously we want to protect our players and protect our fans as much as is possible for us to undertake. So, you know, we look with optimism that we can continue building here in South Florida, anticipation for our team in our home opener at a date to be determined. You know, we were 48 hours from kickoff with a tremendous amount of excitement in our community and having a full house here on Saturday. That does not change. It will only just be, it'll be on a different day and date. I have just informed the players and the team. Diego, Paul, and I told the players now. You know, upon the conclusion of the Board of Governors call, which I literally just finished about 2 minutes ago. So I wanted you to hear as part of the Inter Miami family and as part of the media that has so much helped us in getting out who we are and what our expectations are. But that's the news real time as we know it, and that's and the league will be coming out, I believe, with a formal announcement, and if they haven't already, in the next minute or two.
Jorge, can I please ask you to say some comments in Spanish?
Yes. Primeramente, muchas gracias. Yo, igual que Paul y David Beckham, hemos estado en comunicación con los oficiales de la MLS. Yo he hablado con el comisionado Garber en múltiples ocasiones durante las últimas 72 horas en términos de cómo nosotros vamos a manejar todo lo que tiene que ver con la crisis del virus de corona. Se hizo una decisión esta mañana de posponer todos los juegos de la MLS y de la Liga. Inter Miami no va a abrir este sábado el día 14. La Liga va a anunciar, si no ha anunciado ya, que por un periodo de 30 días todo va a estar suspendido. Anticipamos que la apertura de nuestro juego será obviamente en un periodo de unas 4, 5 o 6 semanas. Anticipamos que vamos a jugar todos los 34 juegos, que se va a poder completar la temporada entera, porque tenemos suficiente flexibilidad en el calendario, dado que es muy temprano en nuestra temporada. Es una decisión prudente, una decisión correcta. Nosotros y la fanaticada de Miami vamos a seguir anticipando nuestra apertura aquí en casa. Estamos a 48 horas aquí, con una anticipación extraordinaria en nuestra comunidad, pero eso lo haremos en unas semanas. Le he comunicado a todos los jugadores, al técnico Diego, Paul y yo le informamos ahora a todos los jugadores que la temporada ha sido suspendida por un mínimo de 30 días y nada, aquí vamos a seguir trabajando, los jugadores van a seguir entrenando y seguir practicando, eso no ha cambiado. Players will continue training and practicing. There'll be no change in their routine, obviously, except, you know, hygiene, and we're going to limit access to players in the training facility over the course of at least the next 4 weeks.
Thank you, Jorge. At this point, we'd like to open the floor for questions. If you have a question, please raise your hand, and we do have 2 mic runners.
You guys have been traveling, obviously, the last couple of weeks. What is it for as far as your team having been exposed to this, and will you guys be testing players, coaches, even yourself?
We have a testing protocol. As of now, it is our understanding. within the league that neither nor players, staff of LAFC or DC United, that there's any incidents or any worry. You know, there is, I'll let another MLS team speak on that behalf, but where we have traveled, so far no, but we will have a testing protocol for all players and family, again, just to be safe and prudent.
Either Jorge or Paul, Mike DePasquale, Channel 7. When the NBA suspended play last night for the remainder of the season, did you have a feeling this was going to happen today?
I believed when Gobert tested positive. I have, you know, for the past week, the worry has been if a player tests positive, I think that's a tipping point and a change. There have been a lot of conversations over the last week about the difference between closed and open arenas, and there is a difference. But I think that one of the things that geared us is when you saw the NBA suspend. Again, I believe there's another league that's going to suspend today. Major League Baseball is going to postpone their opening day. So I believe when you see that, it's the prudent thing. The majority of discussions within the MLS, and I was on the task force for this with the owners, was how do we handle scheduling? Because we do have the opportunity to finish our season for 34 weeks. Obviously, if this is not a prolonged event and containment isn't achieved, but yes, once the NBA suspended last night, that had a triggering effect. Yes.
We'll go to Nico.
Jorge, Paul, how are you guys? Una pregunta sobre cómo se lo tomaron los jugadores, Diego. A lo largo de todo este proyecto que han logrado construir ustedes, se ha creado una enorme expectativa. Me imagino que es una decepción para ustedes, que tanto que nosotros que queríamos cubrir el partido para todos en este cuarto, a lo largo de 6, 7, hasta más años para el partido del sábado, y ahora se cancela. ¿Cómo se lo tomaron los jugadores, el técnico y ustedes al tener que frenar la fiesta que hubiera sido el sábado?
Bueno, pero es eso, es frenar la fiesta. Estaban decepcionados, porque al igual que lo estoy yo, me hubiera encantado poder abrir el sábado con todo lo que hemos preparado, anticipado, 8 meses de días de 18 y 20 horas, etc. Pero es posponer la fiesta y la apertura, no es una cancelación. Están decepcionados, todos quieren jugar, están embulladísimos de jugar el sábado frente a su fanaticada, pero todos los entendemos, son circunstancias mucho más allá de lo que está en nuestro control, pero creo que siguen con el mismo embullo y cuando abrimos aquí en casa será con la misma alegría y la misma anticipación de al fin ver este sueño del fútbol en el sur de la Florida hecho una realidad.
Go right here.
Dairon Quiroz, ¿está prendido?
Sí, claro.
Dairon Quiroz para BDM Radio. Jorge, buenas tardes. Quería preguntarte, yo sé que la noticia la acaban de tener, que recién están tomando cartas en el asunto, pero quería preguntarte por qué va a pasar con todas esas entradas que ya están vendidas, qué va a pasar con las entradas de los fanáticos, con los fanáticos en general que vienen. ¿Ya tienen un protocolo pensado para ese momento?
Bueno, sí, obviamente los boletos del primer juego ¿sabes? Se van a exigir y respetar, porque esto una vez más es una suspensión del juego, una cancelación. Esperamos que en los próximos días, y depende de la liga obviamente, tener cuándo va a ser la fecha de apertura de Miami contra el LA Galaxy, porque creo que solamente va a ser, no creo que se va a retrabajar, creo que se va a extender lo que hay aquí, pero vamos a trabajar con la liga, porque a veces es un protocolo de la liga que les va a existir para todos los fanáticos y todos los equipos y todos los juegos, porque no es exclusivo a Miami, es entre los 26 equipos, ¿no? Porque toda la liga se está suspendiendo. Nosotros vamos a seguir la política de la liga y obviamente hacer que en nombre de los fanáticos lo que es mejor para ellos y mejor para el equipo.
Jorge.
Can we get translations on
Yes.
the past 2 comments?
Sure. Previous comment was on the reaction of the team. That one first?
Please.
Yes? Okay. Obviously, with the anticipation of playing on Saturday, there was disappointment among the players and the manager. They were all very, very much looking forward to opening at home in front of what was going to be and is going to be a raucous crowd when we open. But listen, they understand. These are situations and circumstances that are beyond our control and our hands. Again, this is just a postponement. We'll be opening day soon, so they'll reignite and stay energized during their training. we as owners, again, it's been 8 months, and with Paul here of 16 and 18-hour days for 8 months. That will continue. Again, it's just a postponement. Hopefully, 4 or 5 weeks from now, we'll have our opening day, here in South Florida, and make the dream a reality once more. But I think the players were gearing and peaking towards playing on Saturday. They were very fired up and motivated to play on Saturday. In terms of, and the question was asked on ticket policy, this is just a suspension and a postponement, a deferral. It's not a cancellation of the game. We obviously expect all of our ticket holders that they will remain ticket holders for our opening game, hopefully in 4 or 5 weeks. The league will be coming out with mandates and protocols on ticket policy, because it doesn't affect only Inter Miami, it affects every team in the league. This is a league-wide suspension for a minimum of 30 days, so we will follow that. But I look forward at, and listen, the fans have been fantastic. The demand for our tickets has been crazy. And I'm not exaggerating. We get hundreds of phone calls a day just in the office, offline on the ticketing. Our normal procedure. The demand has been phenomenal. Unfortunately, StubHub apparently is very happy in the secondary market of what's happening with our tickets. But I think it's just a reflection of the demand and the passion that exists in South Florida. And again, it's just a postponement, and we look forward to hopefully hosting and entertaining our fans as soon as possible here at home.
We'll take 2 more questions, one from Chris and the second from Tim.
Chris Winningham through the NA. Jorge, since you were on the task force, can you describe what the process was where you arrived at this decision today?
Very thorough. It was, the league designated a significant amount of staff, medical professionals, coordination with NIH, federal officials, extremely exhaustive, because as you can imagine, every single decision has a huge domino effect. For example, when Seattle and San Jose were presented with a situation that they were not going to be able to have their home games in a couple of weeks, you start having fractured teams with fractured policies based on what's happening in their own home cities and their own government, local and state and federal government. So I think, hats off to the MLS. They were extremely well prepared. Frankly, the decision was not a difficult one to reach. Based on this was changing every 12 hours. I was in communication with the commissioner. I've talked to the commissioner 20 times in the last 3 days. So it's very thorough. I think the decision's a correct one. And again, I applaud the MLS for doing this, and there was an extreme amount of coordination among the leagues. So we were coordinating with NBA, NHL, MLB. So it was a very, very close coordination with all of the leagues. So, and with all governments that were involved. We've been in touch very closely here with the local government, city officials, not only in Fort Lauderdale and Broward and Dade County in the state, but so I think that what the MLS has done they've done very well, frankly. They've done it with a myriad of factual information.
And just to confirm, you said it's a minimum of 30 days?
Yes, so they're going to be announcing 30 days. So what did the players ask me? Can it be in a week or 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. That's what they want. I frankly think if we're going to have a 30-day window, unless something drastically changes, I do not see that being moved up. Yes, sir.
Tim Reynolds with the AP. I'm going to sneak one in for each of you, if I may. Paul, could you address the nobody in any sport would want an additional month of training camp, and there's no playbook for this, obviously. Do you have any ideas off the top of your head how you can keep a team sharp, how you can keep a team fresh going through something like this?
No, look, we got to get back to work. We have to sit, we have to evaluate it now. We thought this was a possibility, so we'll sit, we'll talk amongst the staff, we'll make a plan. We've got the first team, we've got the USL team, we've got the academy, so we have calls. I have calls this afternoon with each of those different leagues. So we'll have those, and then we'll sit with the staff and we'll evaluate. We don't like it, but for us being an expansion team, a little more training isn't the worst thing in the world, and this is where we are, and we'll just put our head down and we'll get back to work.
And Jorge, there's obviously a much broader issue here, and I'm not minimizing that at all, but you guys have been through so much to get to Saturday. How do you avoid the why me feeling that I know has to be somewhere within you right now, as far as one more hurdle to
listen, those of you that know me, I don't have why me moments. Everything in our journey that's happened, and especially since I've been involved. It's happened for a reason. You know, I look at this as just another bump in the road, another obstacle. Gives us an opportunity to continue. Listen, we're pedal to the metal. Continue to build anticipation, our brand, our marketing, fan experience, everything we're doing here. I think what we've been able to accomplish here in 8 months, frankly, amazing. I'm taken aback by it. From a player perspective, our players here, look, you know, when you look at it, frankly, we have, you know, the opportunity to get our players healthy. You know, both Julian and Robbie, who are injured and hurt. You know, it'll allow our team to be able to spend some more time together. You know, when you look at a team, and again, when we went out to LAFC, that's a team that had been training for, you know, significantly more time than us because they're playing Champions League. You know, so I look at this opportunity as not as an extended training camp, but an opportunity for our players to continue playing together. At our home opener, you know, you probably have our starting 4 been together for 8 or 9 practice sessions only. So these things happen. You know, we're going to press forward. Never why me moment. Never. We're not. That's not our DNA. So we're going to move forward. You know, the fans have been amazing. And again, we've always said this is for our fans, this is for our team, this is for South Florida. We as owners, and I know I speak for Paul, we're going to do everything in our power to continue making the best team possible, the best experience possible for our fans. It is what it is. We'll deal with it. We'll make the best of it, and you know, I personally think we'll be better because of it.
Our execs are in high demand, so we will take a few more questions.
Buenos días.
Buenos días, Jorge Masanto. Buenos días, Paul McDonough. Ayer tuvimos un fenómeno en Europa, ¿no? Muy curioso. En Inglaterra se jugó a estadio lleno y en París se jugó con un estadio vacío. ¿Cree usted, Jorge, que la liga fue un extremo al suspender todas las actividades sin considerar una u otra opción que se barajó en Europa?
No, yo creo que fue prudente por el hecho que acabamos de comenzar nuestra temporada. Yo creo que la opción de jugar a puerta cerrada no es una opción que ninguno queremos. Si se puede evitar jugar a puerta cerrada, yo creo que eso es una mejor decisión, dado donde estamos en la temporada. Y si tuviéramos ahora final de la temporada como lo están en esas ligas, es otra cosa, pero el hecho de posponer el comienzo, o por ejemplo, la continuidad de la temporada por 4 o 5 semanas, en realidad no nos va a afectar en poder entrar con fanáticos. Obviamente, si esto cambia en el próximo mes, esas son consideraciones que se han conversado, pero el deseo de la liga y de todos los dueños es de jugar con nuestros fanáticos en el estadio. You want to say that in English? Sure. Basically, and he asked about the, you know, watching an English Premier League game with fans, Champions League game behind closed doors. Given the fact of where our season is, and we're only in our 3rd week of the MLS, and this has been the consensus among owners in the leagues, it's our desire to be able to play our games with our fans. You know, closed stadiums are an option we do not want to have to get to. Given the fact that we're only in the 3rd week of our season, and if we're looking at a 30-day or 4 or 5 week delay, we can fit our 34 games with our fans. It's not an issue, and that is the preferred outcome for all of the owners in the league. Obviously, if there's a change in that 30-day window, there's a lot of other options that we can look at, but at this time, that is what we're looking at trying to accomplish.
Jorge, aquí atrás, muy buenas. Quisiera preguntarte sobre el equipo de USL, cuál es la propuesta que ustedes van a tener para la liga, porque ellos tienen un partido programado este mes aquí, su equipo de USL,
Sí.
y también hay otro evento anunciado
Sí.
para el 29.
Sí.
¿Qué pasa con estos eventos que están programados para el estadio?
En el USL, he's asking about what happened with the USL suspension. No tengo, con la USL todavía no tenemos noticias, estamos en comunicación con la liga. No sabemos cómo se va a terminar, anticipo que va a ser algo muy similar a lo que estamos hablando con la MLS, y lo del partido el día 29 estamos en conversaciones sobre eso, porque todo esto sucedió en las últimas 12 horas, pero tendremos un anuncio sobre eso pronto.
Jorge, sabemos que la NBA cuando toma la medida de la suspensión, de tener la liga, partió de que había un jugador que había resultado positivo, después se habla también de otro jugador. ¿Ha pasado algo en la MLS y en el caso particular del Inter, de la salud de los atletas, cómo están?
En este momento no tengo ninguna noticia sobre ningún otro jugador de la MLS. De esta mañana, a las 9 de la mañana, no teníamos indicación que había ningún examen positivo sobre ningún jugador de la MLS. Y en nuestro equipo, hasta ahora bien y todo el mundo se siente bien, pero veremos. Pero no, nuestro equipo hasta ahora estamos bien, o en las familias de los equipos, que también es muy importante para nosotros.
We'll take two more,
Yes.
Franco and Steve.
One for each of you. Paul, has there been any dialogue in terms of how this affects the transfer window? If it extends, is it closing at the same time? Has there been any talk about that? I know it's probably very early, but
No, very early for that conversation right now.
I know you just said it in Spanish that an MLS player has not been identified as having the virus, but when you were talking about LA FC and DC United, you seemed to say there was a team. You said you let that team announce it. Is there?
No, because I specifically inquired about DC and LFC because we played there. I have no knowledge of any other team, but there's been no team in the league that has had any positive tests. No.
No concern.
As of this, that I've been told, no.
In total, we have the 30-day sort of process.
Yes.
Do you envisage it sort of getting to 30 days and then you'll decide, then everyone more or less will come together and decide
No.
what, or it's an ongoing situation?
No, this is ongoing. No, there'll be conversations daily.
Yeah.
This is going to be ongoing.
And also just David's here is obviously disappointing for everyone, especially for David as well, for all of you who worked so hard to get to this point again.
You know what? We were all building towards Saturday. We've had a lot of activities here over the last couple of days. There's worldwide attention on our opening. Our game is being broadcast live all over the world. Think about that. Think about where the league and where we've come from a few years ago to today. The eyes of the world are going to be on the stadium Saturday afternoon. That's not going to change. It will be at XYZ day. But, listen, sure, when I knew this was coming this morning, and sure was a disappointment for a few seconds, yes, but listen, we move forward. Again, it's just a suspension play. So, if we were talking about cancellation, there were other issues here, but the silver lining, we're very early in our season. We can adapt. There's plenty of windows within which we can shuffle the schedule. So, hopefully, and this is just beyond Inter Miami. This is about human beings and lives, and hopefully, that in 30 days, this is a situation where gatherings can take place again. Because this isn't only affecting Inter Miami. This is affecting gatherings and families and people. And so, beyond that, we're citizens of this community, this world, and I want to see what's best. And I think we'll have to focus on containment, and then we'll get back to the fun of sports. Ultimately, this is a game, fun one, serious one, but it's a game, and there's more serious stakes here. Then we have to be part of the solution.
Thank you, Jorge and Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Guys. You guys are here for me.
Thank you.
Thanks. I'm having it.
I have major computer problems.
Oye, mando eso.
My address was
Yo le mandé.